Hi guys! Welcome back to Champ's Japanese Kitchen! Today, I'm gonna make a traditional Japanese sweets, which are called WAGASHI. We're gonna make Kinako, which is a sweet made from soybeans. So, let's get cooking! Before we begin, I want to say a very big thank you to our sponsor, to Tokyo Treat and Sakuraco. Tokyo Treat and Sakuraco are both monthly subscription boxes that are full of tasty Japanese sweets and snacks. With Tokyo Treat, you can get a range of popular Japanese sweets like Kit Kat, Pocky, and more. And with Sakuraco, you will receive authentic and traditional Japanese snacks from more local wagashiya, which are traditional Japanese sweet shops. And the box is magic. Sorry, I made that up. But it's still really good. 全部美味しそう. But now, let's make our own sweets. Back to the video! Okay guys, a little explanation. Kinako is actually the name we give to this powder, which is made from roasted soybeans. It has a warm and almost nutty flavor and is full of protein and fiber. And today, I'm gonna show you a simple sweet dish you can make using it. In Japan, you can buy Kinako powder pretty much anywhere, but it's also easy to make yourself at home. All you will need are these, daizu or dried soybeans. I'm using about 100 grams for 3 portions today. First thing we want to do is add these to a frying pan. And we're going to gently roast them for 30 minutes. Make sure that none of the soybeans stack on top of each other. Turn that to a low heat and occasionally stir to make sure they don't burn. Now, this is the important step. Don't get impatient and turn up the heat because, you want to avoid the outside of your soybeans burning like this. This will make your final sweet way too bitter. I did this on purpose to show you what to avoid. Totally not a mistake. Okay, let's try again. This time we'll be patient and just let those soybeans roast gently. You will notice a nice smell like popcorn as you do this. And remember to occasionally give them a little stir to make sure they don't burn. Once around 30 minutes has passed, you should begin to see the skins of the soybeans crack open like this. And then you're done with this step. Now, we're going to take those out of the pan and cool them down. You can leave them on the side for an hour or so, or fan them with whatever you have lying around, or even put them in the fridge. We just want them all cooled down before our next step. Once our daizu or soybeans are cooled down, we're going to put them into a Ziploc bag and then roughly crush them with a rolling pin or something similar. Get rid of all that stress from work or school or burning a bunch of soybeans earlier in the episode. Sorry, did you say something? Anyway, next up, we want to grind these into a fine powder. I'm actually using a coffee grinder here. Let's add a few spoonfuls in and give that a blend. And once that's all blended up, we're gonna run that through a fine sieve. You might want to do this in batches depending on the size of your grinder, and if any big chunks remain, we can grind those a few times. You should be left with a nice fine powder, like this. Here in Japan, we eat kinako in many different ways. Some people put it on ice cream, or on yogurt, or on dango dumplings. But today, we're going to make little bite-sized sweets that go perfect with tea. I've prepared 3 different ways you can make these sweets. So choose which ingredient is easiest for you to find. I have 30 grams of honey, condensed milk, and brown sugar syrup here. The idea here is We're going to mix 30 grams of the Kinako powder with our choice of sweet liquid, so they turn into a more solid and sticky sweet. And then we top that off with more Kinako powder at the end. But before we add the Kinako powder, we need to make them a little bit runnier and easier to mix. So I recommend heating them in the microwave for about 15 to 20 seconds. So now we have 30 grams of our Kinako powder and 30 grams of our chosen sweet mixture. I'm going to add the honey first, and we won't get that a good mix until it completely mixes with the Kinako powder. After mixing for a while, it should almost start to look like wet sand and begin to clump together like this. Next, we're going to add this to either a Ziploc bag or some plastic wrap and mold this into a nice rectangular shape. We want all the edges to be nice and smooth. So press down with the palm of your hand to make it flat, and then shape the outside edges. Once that's done, we will put this on a plate, and we're gonna put our honey Kinako mix in the fridge while we do the others. But it's the same process for each. Mix well, shape into a rectangle, mix well, shape. Okay, now that part is done. Now, we're actually gonna cut these into smaller twist-shaped sweets called Yori Kinako. We've taken these out of the fridge where they've been resting for 10 to 20 minutes. And we're going to cut them into around 1 centimeter rectangles. Since we used honey and other sticky ingredients, you may want to wet your knife with a little water to prevent the mixture from sticking to it. Now we prepare some more Kinako powder, and we want to roll our sweets around in it. And traditionally, these sweets are served in a spiral shape. So we will hold the ends of our sweets and twist them so we can get this nice shape. And perfect! I showed you 3 different ingredients you could use for this dish. But really, you just can use whichever you find easiest to get. But if you want to see how they compare in taste, go ahead. Once all of these are twisted and ready, it's time for okay! The Kinako Sweets is done! It's like an expensive sweet shop. WAGASHI here in Japan. But we made it at home! では早速いただきます。蜂蜜のやつから食べます。It tastes like peanuts, but a little bit of honey flavor. So next one, condensed milk. I feel a little bit of milk flavor. This is good too. 最後は黒糖の、きなこいただきます。ちょっとこれ柔らかいんだね。黒糖だけね、硬さがちょっと違いますね。全て同じ量だったんですけれども、この黒糖だけちょっとこう柔らかい食感ですね。他の2つに比べるととってもこう口の中でまろやかに広がって、黒糖の味がすごくね広がります。でこれどれもきな粉と混ぜてるのでちょっとパサパサしてるんですね。口の中がちょっと乾きます。なのでその時にこれが最高。 Sakura tea? Maybe this is first time for me to drink. Let's give it a try. これは僕初めて。まさにこれ桜の花の香りです。和菓子と花のお茶。なんてリッチなんだろう。Speaking of spring, today's sponsor is Tokyo Treat and Sakuraco. This month is Sakura themed. That's right. If you sign up for either Tokyo Treat or Sakuraco by the end of this month, you will get limited Sakura themed sweets straight to your door. Both boxes will get you over 20 authentic and exclusive snacks. May I view this sponsorship to get my hands on these peach Kit Kats? Man, I love these things. And with Sakuraco, you'll also get traditional snacks that are provided by local Japanese WAGASHI shokunin or sweet makers. The Sakura tea I was drinking earlier was part of the Sakuraco box as well as this cute little Sakura plate. これは美味しかった。And best of all, each box also comes with a very detailed and handy guidebook so you know exactly what you're getting. なぜこの東京トリーツと桜子をスポンサーに選んだかというと、この会社は日本の伝統的な和菓子とか、あとはこういったお菓子を世界に向けて紹介して、また実際に送ってるわけですね。そういう意味で僕の思いとすごく共通する部分があったので、ぜひ紹介したいと思いました。If you want to try to make Japanese sweet, why don't you try this Kinako at your home? Or you can get $5 off your first subscription with Sakuraco or Tokyo Treat. Just use this code. Pretty easy. Thanks for watching, guys! And remember, after we eat, we all say, ごちそうさまでした!